welcome back to Red Ted Art. Look what we have for you today in this magical Christmas setting. I'm at YouTube today to celebrate Christmas, and we've got actually 4 videos to make this Christmas scene. So you can either make just the houses, just the snowmen, just the pine cone trees, or the mini wreaths. But today we're going to show you how to make these lovely luminaries. So you have a little tea light and a little house. So come on then, let's take a look and see how they're made.
So if you've been watching my channel, you will see that we had some little kawaii pen pots that we made a couple of weeks ago, and I saved the top half of my juice carton, right? So you don't have to save the top half, but you know, I like to be super environmentally friendly, and this is a great way of getting 2 crafts out of one item really. So I've kept the top half. I'm just going to neaten up the bottom, because that's where the little ears for my boxes came from. Do take a look at them, they're really cute, the pen pots. I didn't cut that very straight, so let's try that again. If you need a little bit of help from somebody to help you with the straight cutting, do ask. There we go. I find sometimes with my scissors, depending on which hands you're using or which way around you're cutting, one side's actually easier than the other. Cut straight. Here we go, got it now. So, got that. Then you decide whether this is the chimney of the house, whether you want it on this side, on the front, on the side. So on my other house, I've got it on this side, so I'm going to, just to flip it, just for a bit of variety, I'm going to flip it round. I'm going to draw a little square door this time, I think. It's not very accurate, like so. Cut across. And you can flip it open, little square door. Then you want maybe a little square window here. You can use a ruler to get it a bit more accurate if you want, or you can do it freehand like me. Now when you cut this out, again, try and keep it, because we're going to use that, or you could maybe use that for the, to add a little bit of a frame to your window, but you can use other paper for that as well. So. Okay, so that's the basic idea. Now I'm going to repeat it on the other sides, and then we're going to get painting. Okay. Like I said, hang on to these, we're going to use them later. Not very straight, but I don't think it matters. That looks quite sweet, doesn't it? And then one more window at the back. So I just decided to do different shaped windows, and it's nice to have one in each side, because then you have more light later. So now I'm going to get my work surface to paint on, and I'm going to get some white acrylic paint, because this kind of stays on the nice and thick. This covers, there's a plastic coating on this, and acrylic paint does help. Now if you don't have acrylic paint, you can use ordinary paint and add some some PVA glue in it. That helps it stick. Also you can use, I've got some like enamel paints that work quite well, but again, both with acrylics and the other paints, you might have to do 2 layers. What you could also do actually, which would look really nice, is stick tissue paper over it. You know, lots of little pieces of tissue paper, but add lots and lots of layers. You could spray paint it. I'm not a big fan of spray paint. You can do it any colour you want. I've just chosen white because I think that kind of goes with the sort of white winterland theme. So really have a look what you've got at home, see what decor you want, what colours you fancy. Okay, so this is nice and dry, perfect. Now it's time to add the windows. So now we painted these little bits, didn't we? So I'm going to turn these into window frames by drawing on some black lines. Doesn't have to be super accurate. Here we go. And then I'm going to do that for all of them, but I'm just going to do one to demonstrate because it can get a bit boring watching me do all. I think it's good if you can see the black frame because that's going to give you extra detail on the house later. So don't cut away the black, do let it show. So here we go, let's just make sure I've got all the black lines. There we go. Now you need some glue. Actually, you also need your tissue paper. I'm just going to cut that a bit down just because it's easier to manage rather than the big piece. Let's see if that's big enough. Oh, I didn't cut that well. Let's do it again. I can still use that little piece in a minute. Let's see, is that better? Did I cut that a bit better? Oh, just about. I should have... La la la, and again. You really need a rim around the outside, don't you? Otherwise you can't glue it into your luminary. Here we go. Now we've got it. Great. Get some glue. You can get Pritt Stick, or I've got just some PVA glue, just because that's the one I've got handy. I think Pritt Stick dries quicker, so it's up to you really. Glue that down, like so. Then put some glue around the outside as if you're doing a rectangle. So not on the, this is just on the outside. Like this is going to be the window. And then you find your window and you go from inside, you pop it in like so. And there you have your first window done. And you repeat that on all of them, and then it's time to get your black pen, and then you can add some details. So in this case, I'm going to put like a little gable, like so, and like so, and a little line running along the top. You can also put a windowsill. And then I'm going to do one down here as well. And that kind of gives the window a bit of structure. There we go. And then you repeat that on all the frames. You can vary your design a little bit. And then, once you've done all your windows, it's time to add a roof. So I'm going to do all those separately. You know, like I say, I won't do it in the video now because it's just takes a little while. It's a little bit boring. Now I'm going to add a roof. Now for the roof, I've got this corrugated card. Yeah. If you don't have a card like this, totally understand. Not everyone's got a card like this. What looks really nice but takes a little bit longer is if you cut out lots of little tiles, you know, like a little fish scale, and you stick on scales all around your roof, and that looks really, really good. Or you could paint it, or you could just use plain paper, or you could use some glitter glue. So there's lots of options. So the way I'm going to do it now is I'm just going to make sure that this line here is straight. I don't think I cut that very neatly. Like so. Now I'm going to just have a look. I'm going to squeeze it against the side like so. Make sure that I'm happy with the look. I'm going to fold it over the top and then squish it down. And now to get the hole in, I know roughly it's here, so this is a bit of a guess, to be honest. And like with many of my crafts, I kind of make it up as I go along, and I often have to cut it twice. So I'm going to cut a hole a little bit smaller than you think you're going to need, because you just want to make sure you've got it in the right place. So if you're doing the roof tiles or the glitter glue, this bit's obviously a lot easier. So I've made it a bit smaller than I think I'll need. And then I know as I fit it over the top where I need to cut extra. So it's a little bit more, so I got it quite accurate actually. But on some of the other houses I did, I had to cut a bit more to the left or a bit more to the right. But this time, check again. You see this is actually quite good already, isn't it? I think we need a tiny bit more around the bottom. Squeeze it all the way around, make sure it fits. Yeah, and then you can cut this, trim this to fit the other side, like so. And now I'm going to open it up, get some glue, and glue it all in place. So this will take a little while to dry, but it shouldn't stop you carrying on with the next bit. Actually, the next bit you'll see in a minute is actually, the house is actually finished, because the next bit is decorating. So I find it helpful to get a clothes peg. I've got one here, Christmassy one, and I'm just going to hold that in place to let it dry. Okay, and that's your house finished. Well, once you've done all the other windows. So if you look at this house, I've got a round window here, I've got a door here, and I've also put tissue paper behind the door. So I've done all the little windows, and now comes the fun bit. But I'm going to do these as bonus videos, so you do have to let me know. You can now add little things. Oh, where's the other one gone? Add another one. You can add little details like, look, isn't that adorable? A mini wreath to stick on the door. I think that is the cutest thing ever. That's going to be a bonus video. I've also, for my winter village, created these adorable little, like, what's it called, pine cone trees. They do stand up, so they look really, really cute. And I'm going to be doing a video on these soon as well. These little snowmen, I think they look perfect in the winter village. They're actually ornaments. They've got a little hangy bit up here. But I thought they also work quite well as a little extra for my winter village. So, you know, it's your choice. Make either one for fun, make a whole set. You know, so it really just create as many as you want or as few as you want to turn them into this lovely little winter village, and then you can add all these little extras if you wish. But anyway, this is it for today. I will show the nice finished right at the end of the video, so you can have another look. But like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully see you here again soon. Anyway, thanks for all your support. Lots of love. Bye.